Hey everyone, so today's review may put me to a bit of shame and I want to get this out of the way first of all. I'm going to be talking about Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. And I have to confess that this was my first ever experience with Wallace and Gromit. So I'm hoping that some of you will admit that you're in the same position as me in that it's taken you quite a long time to watch this. I'm 21 years old. I, prior to watching this, should have confessed to being quite inexperienced in the world of stop motion because this is fantastic and one of the most fantastic stop motion films I've seen of all time. So I just kind of wanted to get that little confession out of the way so you know that my opinions are coming from a fresh perspective regarding Wallace and Gromit. But with that, let's get in with it. The film was released in 2005 and the plot I think is quite interesting. One of Wallace's inventions goes wrong and this leads to a were-rabbit roaming around the town in the night, kind of eating all the vegetables up before the giant vegetable competition. So everybody's prize-winning vegetables are being smashed by a were-rabbit, which is a little bit odd. It's not what I was expecting from a Wallace and Gromit film, to be perfectly honest, despite the fact that it's in the title. It's different, but it's very entertaining. The way the plot unfolds, I think, is very surprising. I don't know if anybody else will agree with me who's seen the film, but what the massive reveal about the were-rabbit is not what I was expecting. And it actually took me a little while to realise this. It wasn't something that I twigged instantly. So it's very cleverly done and it's not predictable, which I kind of expected it would be. So the plot, the development, and the actual story itself is really quite brilliant. It's directed by Steve Bucks and Nick Park and written by the same people. And it's very clever. The script is fantastic. The amount of cheese-related puns in this is insane. Each scene has to have multiple cheese puns in it. And I think the joy with that is that I will go back and every time I watch it I will pick more up. And as my cheese knowledge grows, I will gain more from it in that sense as well. One of my favourite ones is there's a bookshelf and all the books, they're general like classic books, but they've all had cheese twists to them. I'm not going to tell you anything. I was going to give you my favourite one, but I won't spoil the surprise. But it's very, very funny, and I kind of thought, it's a PG, how funny is it going to be? Absolutely hysterical. There's even one thing which the vicar says, which I kind of thought was quite risky for a PG, but it's very entertaining and very funny, and in the script, I cannot fault it at all. So the big question is, why did I watch it? Why now? If you know me well, you'll know that it's pretty obvious. I watched it for Helena Bonham Carter. She voices Lady Tottington. Lady Tottington is not one of my favourite characters in the film. I like her. I love her costume in kind of the end scenes, but she's not one of my favourite characters. But I do love Helena as the character, and I do think she's brilliant. Ralph Fiennes is in this. His character is quite peculiar. To be honest, that's not what I could have imagined Ralph Fiennes doing, but then I couldn't really imagine Helena doing this. If you'd said to me, oh, Helena could be in Wallace and Gromit, despite the fact I hadn't seen it, it's not something I would have been drawn to. Peter Sallis voices Wallace, and I do like Wallace as a character. Gromit's not what I expected from Gromit. Gromit's quite different, he's got quite a more hands-on role than I would have expected. But Wallace is, yeah, I like him. But he's never going to be a poster character for me. I'm never going to have a picture of Wallace on my wall or anything. But I did thoroughly enjoy him. And Mark Gatiss is in this as well. I should point that one out as well, because I know quite a lot of you enjoy the work of Mark Gatiss. If you haven't seen this, his role's very interesting as well. The bunnies in this provided a lot of entertainment for me. The bunnies, and the way the bunnies react to the were-rabbit, oh, they're adorable. The machine that kind of sucks all the bunnies, they're just so cute. And there's something about stop-motion bunnies that just melts my heart and floors me with laughter. Plus, I'm a huge fan of stop motion. I think it kind of goes back to my childhood. There was a TV program on Channel 5, I think, called Meow Meow, which I think might still be on actually, and that was stop motion, but you could really tell it was stop motion, but I really loved it. And I think my love of stop motion, clay stop motion, comes from that, and this kind of plays on that, and it really is beautiful. All the inventions are exciting. It's a brilliant, brilliant film, and I'm really, really quite ashamed that it's taken me this long to watch it, because it's wonderful. Even if you take out Helena Bonham Carter, which of course for me was the main attraction, it's perfect. I will watch it again. And it's not very often that I say that with a film, because I often think that the time you take to rewatch a film is the time you could be using to discover a new film. So for me to rewatch a film, it has to be good. I will watch this again, and I will watch it again more than once. Absolutely love it. I'm sure if you've seen Wallace and Gromit before, then you've probably seen this one as well. If you've never seen Wallace and Gromit, as I hadn't, I know, I'm ashamed. Watch it. Give it a watch. It's brilliant. I cannot stress that enough. It's not that long either. It's about, I think it's about an hour and 20 minutes. It's a really nice length. Let me know your thoughts on Wallace and Gromit and The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!